The next speaker is an elementary leader, WordCamp organizer, and an active member of the Spanish WordPress community. I said Spanish WordPress community. A lot of people think the footer is not really worth much of your time when creating a site. She is going to try and convince us otherwise. Everyone, please welcome Maylen Garcia.
For many, many years, the footer used to be just like the ugly duckling. It's supposed to be ugly, but actually it's pretty good. I don't know, just GPT thinks. And yeah, we all know the story, right? About this little guy that no one cared about. And same happened with the footer. Actually, they used to look boring. They were small, with all that terms, cookies, policies, and copywriting. It was not beautiful at all because gray on gray is not just a fancy design. And with that same boring 4 columns layout in every website. And you're missing here one of the main points that is a big job of the footer, that where is the CTA here? You have no CTA. And yeah, definitely this looks like a pretty dead section. But nowadays, the footer are more than just the end of the page. The footer now is a golden opportunity to stay alive in the user's mind. So, because the footer helps user to build trust, you can put there your contact info, your legal texts that are okay, if they have a link, of course. And that's the way you can build credibility and build trust, because without trust, basically, people leave the site. Another main point is that you have to care about how you speak to people. You're speaking to humans, so don't speak like a robot, even if you have microcopies or small text inside. You're speaking to people, not just users. And made it in a warm way, so you have to think about that the footer is not just about the links. It's also, you have to matter about the tone, the energy, and the personality. And of course, this is the main point, it's a crucial moment of decision. So, because if a user stay in the whole website and he saw everything of you and he stayed at the footer, it's a great chance to convert that visitors into customers probably or contacts. So make it easy for them to take action. Let's talk about the footer glow up, because it's so different now. And now we know that the footer is useful and is smart as well, but also the footers now are super cool. Let's see some footer types. We have those ones that had that kind of grid boxes or flexbox, whatever you want to use, and they create that consistency with this kind of, well, in this example, for example, have that pixelated style with the typography and the custom icons that are special, and that nice kind of dividers that blend the top of the footer with the previous section, and it's like a natural way to do it. Also, you have the bright ones. Here, you use like your accent color, probably the buttons color, for the background, for the entire background of your footer. Why? Because it works almost like a CTA, okay? So there's no problem to use these kind of colors, and it's more eye-catching also. and you got it in like a dark mode way or style. And also, as we are, and the trend is now, are to create this logo, to put the logo in the footer as huge as you can. Because the client, I think maybe the designers were just tired about fighting with the client to, do you want to put the logo bigger? Okay, I'm gonna put it in a huge way. So maybe it just happened, but it works. It's actually a pretty thing you have, and it also make them much moreable. Your brand, all your things, and there are also the cool ones. This one that we can use like cool gradients or even images, and even if in like this example you have like a lot of links, because as we know, the footer are so good also for SEO, so maybe they used to love this. But having all these links, this bunch of links, doesn't mean that your footer has to be ugly. No, this one is actually very good. And there are more. You have like the colorful ones that have this kind of graphics or parts of your visual identity, or illustration, the illustrative ones, that I really love it. And of course, like next level, you have these ones that had like this micro animation or micro interactions that are super smart, because you expect that just to be everything like standing and not movement, but this little and soft micro interaction could grab the attention of the user as well. But it's a nice way too. And you have like a lot of examples. I'm not going to talk about everything, but if you want to check this research, if you need inspiration for footers and maybe you're struggling with your design, check this website. It's footer.design. So imagine how much has changed, and now exists this type of repositories. It's only about the footers, not websites, just the footers. And yeah, we have many styles, but just one goal. And this goal is to make it work. So let's recap some tips to create a footer that actually works. As I said, don't be afraid to use your accent colors or your eye-catching color of your palette as the background. Use it with confidence. And of course, if you have no idea where to start, you can just start with a clear CTA, one clear goal. And that's going to be one direction, so you make it easy for the user as well. Remember, make it human. You're speaking to people, and you want that kind of warm copywriting. Maybe after, in Alexandra's speaking, you're going to learn more than this. Now we have like a text that said, don't code alone, join our newsletter. Maybe I have no idea what is this footer, it's not finished, but I can guess that it's something about developers, maybe a developer community, whatever. Maybe I should get any help there, so I will put my email there. And please, create a distinct hierarchy. We want to separate the things we want to prioritize and the things we don't, because this is so important. Like small text, for example, the policy, cookies, and terms, they could be small, in a small way, it's okay. Or even if you want to be the social media as a secondary thing, put it in a small way. And use the white space also to create that breath, and not to just put all the links together, everything is struggling there, and everything is sticky. And of course, you can turn it into your signature, because as I said, the footer is your last impression, actually, as important as the first one. So don't be afraid, and just put your logo, put graphics or illustration, whatever you have, to make it more memorable. And yeah, definitely, if you want to be remembered, you have to take care of how you say goodbye on your website. And to remember me too, I'm Mylene Garcia. I'm a creative designer, and you can find me in my website, mylene.design, and in my social media, just Mylene Design. And thank you so much.